Cyber Games 2019 Grand Finals. It's Crossfire here on the stage. I'm sorry, Blue, if that scared you.
It's okay. I'm awake now.
I can see your hair was excited.
I had 2 sips of a coffee drink, so
you sound like you have so much energy
about
right
to explode. Wow, that was really funny for you,
That was
wasn't it?
really funny. Anyways, we're getting underway with our second and last game of the day here. There's still a lot of matches being played. We can see finally Lethal and Kyle finally earning their pay.
Yeah.
Sitting over there. You can't see it, but I can see them. And Lethal has not stopped talking the entire time they've been on that desk that I've looked over. There we go. But anyways, we're getting to an interesting match. Probably like the key match, the highlighted match over the course of the entire group stage. All Gamers up against VALIANT. SV. China versus
Super
China.
Valiant.
Huh?
Super Valiant.
Yeah, Super Valiant. Yeah. We'll see if they're super if they win this game, first of all. Okay, they're just Valiant right now. But they've looked super.
It's going to be fun to see because, like, you know, when all the matches for the most part, it's been kind of like one-sided chanting that we've had here. And obviously,
right.
Like, you know, we're in China, of course. Everyone's been
Who would
supporting
have
the
thought
Chinese team.
being in China, they would root for a Chinese team?
Hopefully we're going to get a little bit of back and forth now that we've got the 2 Chinese teams going up against each other. It should be fun to see because, like, the Chinese fans are really passionate. It's really cool to see, you know. They're bringing flags out here. They've got banners and everything like that.
Because I see AG over here to my right side, and I don't see any SV signs to my left. Oh, no, I do see SV. So they split them up in the actual audience.
Yeah.
Okay, so Super Valiant lost their match as well. Who did they just play?
I just noticed that too.
Super Valiant lost.
So Pacific Macta are now tied, actually. I just realized that too. Yeah, Pacific Macta are now tied with both the Chinese
Super Valiant lost to Black Dragons.
What?
What?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because look, Black Dragons. Oh, wow. So honestly, look, top 4 is wide open now. It actually may be pre-decided, like, between the teams that are currently in the top 4. We'll have to see if anyone else below that's going to be able to break the record further into the day here. But, like, that may have set or come very close to setting up our top 4 now. Now it's just the question of, okay, who's actually going to be top 2 and end up with, like, seed advantage going into the bracket. Yeah. That's the big question on my mind at this point, because looking at it, there's not really a whole lot of opportunities for other teams to sneak into the top 4 unless, you know, one of those 4 teams makes a huge series of mistakes.
So did Golden 5, what were Golden 5 there?
I did not catch their position.
Golden 5 played against Pacific Macta, so they lost to Pacific Macta, I'm assuming, because you said Pacific Macta moved up.
Yeah, Pacific Macta are sitting at 3, I think, no, they were, I can't remember if they were 4-1 on that bracket or.
Okay, if they were 4-1, then they beat Golden 5, and then Golden 5's 2-3.
I don't remember the exact score.
I don't remember the exact score either. I know, I feel bad.
My memory's really bad. Yeah, that was like literally 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
We should really be better than that. But
it's the coffee. I'm just jittery. No, but that's interesting because if Golden 5 did win their match earlier, then they still had a chance. But losing that, I feel like that really kind of sets them on a downward trend. I don't know if it's like fully knocked them out just yet. I don't want to like come to a close because they still have round 6 and 7 to go, with round 6 happening right now. But that's really interesting because Golden 5 looked good yesterday when they played against All Gamers. I mean, yeah, they had that failed 3v1, but there was still a chance to see the Germans, like the flip side Penta mix, come into this. And with Black Dragons winning, maybe they can take another title. Who knows?
Maybe.
Obrigado, Brazil. That's all I know.
Well, we'll have to see if that's going to be the case.
That's my Portuguese.
But we've got the players coming out onto the stage right now. Let's bring them on. It's All Gamers and Super Valiant, the 2 Chinese titans that are here face off. One more best of 1 here to see who's going to take. Well, actually, this will basically decide first place for right now too. That's the big result that'll come out of this match. We'll have the
still trading flags, even though they're both from China.
You take this one, I'll take that one. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to see. We've already got the chants going back and forth.
They have like a full banner of players. What?
Has a banner of the players. And the All Gamers side. Look at the
There's like 2 of them. There's 3. Okay, there's like 3. What? You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. What is going on? Dude, look at that pose. Like, that's like boy band level pose.
Oh, here's the rosters. Once again, we got All Gamers, TMQ, ZQ, 70kg, UO, and LXM. What?
There's another one. There's like 4 banners.
Oh my god.
I don't see it in All Gamers side.
It's hard for me to look over here. But
it's hard for you to turn your head?
Well, it's
You're in a swiveling chair by DX Racer.
Yeah, I've got a cable on me, though. I can't turn too much.
DX Racer chairs can turn blue.
Yeah, but I don't have the cables, like, keep me plastered to this position. I can't really move that much. Otherwise, I'll mess the cable up, and then
it's fine.
You guys will hear a lot of loud noises.
We don't need the stage benchers running over here and yelling at us again. But you can see All Gamers going to be up against Super Valiant. This is going to be an interesting game, too, because last time they did meet was in the regionals to get here to today, and All Gamers did beat Super Valiant. And actually, with them beating Super Valiant, it put them all on, like, I think it was like 6-1 or 7-1. so they both qualified. I mean, they were going to both qualify anyways with the way the standings were, but that's now Super Valiant's chance to like redeem themselves, beat the team who beat them, that took away their flawless victory that they did have in the qualifiers. And I honestly don't know who's going to win this one. I wanted to say Super Valiant have looked better over the course of our like a day and a half so far.
I would agree.
But then again, we still have against Trust, and it was a 10-0, so it's kind of skewed because of that match.
Yeah, it's always like hard to tell, right? Because we got such a limited selection. But like overall, just looking at it, it seemed like Super Valiant, again with the caveat of it being a 10-0, seemed to be a little bit more together as a team than we saw from All Gamers, who were making quite a few mistakes in some of their matches. So we'll have to see.
Kyle for a second.
Yeah, he's hanging out in the back.
I think
there.
that the first banner in Chinese said Jason Kaplan and Blue's hair is amazing. I can actually read Chinese.
I don't think they know us.
Everyone knows Blue.
Don't know about that.
I actually, when we first got to the hotel, WCG stuck came up to me and they're like, "You're not Blue." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the other caster." Like, "Oh,
that guy."
Okay, cool, whatever. Still getting paid, right? They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, fine. Call me whoever you want."
Cool.
Call me Jay Kaplan. Call me Jeff. Call me but I love you. I don't care because we got a great game on our hands here. It's gonna be on Black Widow too, one of the most known maps, one of the strongest maps in the China region, the strongest maps for these teams. Blue, give it to me now. Who is taking this game? Tell me right now.
Super Valiant.
Why?
They're better.
What's the score?
No, like Super Valiant, like I said before, like to be fair, like we got the skewed selection matches from them, but like they
both beat Trust though, so if that tells us anything.
Yeah, they seem to have their strategies together. They seem to kind of like know what the plan was going into every round and execute upon it almost immediately. And I think in Crossfire, it's very hard to fight against a style like that, just given how little time you have between rounds and like how short a round can be if you play it that fast. Sure. I think if you play that really in-your-face kind of style that we were seeing from Super Valiant yesterday, I think AG's gonna have trouble dealing with it because AG, made quite a few mistakes in a lot of their matches.
But they also did a couple of really great plays. Think of TMQ's 1v3 up against Golden 5, and then you think about 70kg in the last round of the last game. We saw them he picked up I think 3 kills in quick succession. Like, I think there's definitely stand-up players for both these teams, but I would agree with you. I think Super Valiant should be the team to take this match, but I always like being proved wrong. And I'm really curious to see if we potentially would have a change-up instead. It's Jason Kaplan, All Gamers, and Blue's hair is amazing.
Where does it say that?
Where?
Yeah.
Well, because All Gamers, the logo's in the middle.
Point to it.
Well, I can't anymore because it's all on the screen.
Well, you just went off screen.
What a shame. But I'm kind of curious, and I kind of want and don't want at the same time there to be a first place and a fourth place between these two teams. Because I almost want to see them meet in semis, but I feel like the grand finals with 2 Chinese teams going head-to-head in China, the crowd will go insane.
I think it's going to be absolutely wild if we end up with that. Especially considering, how much like the chats yesterday were looking forward to the Crossfire matches. We were watching. What was it? A Dota game? Yeah, it was the game before. It was the Dota match, and we were sitting there, and like for any of you guys that are watching, from the west, from the west, like you're used to a chat on the side of the screen.
Yeah.
In China, they just put it on the screen, so it just like the messages flash across the screen.
All we saw was like CF.
We were there watching the Dota. Yeah.
Chinese characters at CF.
Everybody was spamming like CF, and then like 80 or something. AG. Which I think is like I forget.
All Gamers.
Oh, that's what.
What'd you think it meant?
I don't know. I know that there's like.
Was it like laughing?
Well, what's
like
the
Korean?
like
character.
Well, there's that one Korean character that people use for like LOL, but like Chinese uses like a something too for LOL that like we don't use, and I forget what it is in China.
I don't know what it is.
I forget. I have to look it up after. They do have something though that like they spam for like LOL.
It could be AG, but I thought AG meant All Gamers.
I think you're definitely right on that. You're like, I don't know what I was thinking of. I thought it was like. I don't know. I
know what you mean, though. I just don't know the character.
It's like how Brazil does like spams. No, they just spam K's.
Oh.
When there's something funny. Oh, that's like I don't think that was ever like true, to be honest. Mordekaiser. I don't know where that. I don't know how. I guess but. But when when you're in like a Brazilian stream, whenever something funny happens, they'll spam K. Like it's just like a line of K's.
I think I do that as well. But it's more like when I'm laughing at something that like I'm frustrated at with myself. It's like a joke in my expense. I'm like, okay.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
But I'm like laughing, but I'm
yeah,
my nose is too big. Okay.
It's the second one. That's the second joke you made on that today.
About what?
About the nose.
Yeah, it happens. Look at that. Look at those. Those are like dreamy eyes. Oh my god.
Looking like superstars.
Yeah. What can we get like a caster? Like, can we get us 4 together, casters, and like do one of these?
Can we make a pose like that? And then can we sign it?
Dude, he is in.
He is amped up just like the rest of this crowd is. Look, he's got the banner and he's got like a piece of paper with their pictures on it too. He is ready. He is a super fan. A super Valiant fan. I had to do it. I had to do it.
You almost had me the first. I'm not gonna lie, you had me the first time.
I had to grab it.
Well, anyways, I think we're just fixing a couple of issues. I think all gamers are ready. Super Valiant taking a second here to figure out some things. Just waiting on the last person to ready up so we get underway. And hopefully, Blue will stop making these terribly awesome jokes.
The opportunity was there. I had to take it.
I thought you were going to let that one go at first.
No.
I was like, did he realize what?
I only realized it halfway through saying it as well. So.
Those are the best, right?
Yeah. That's why I laughed so hard, because I was like, got him.
All right, so how's that coffee treating you? There's 2 sips. I don't want to see you drink a full cup now.
This is why I don't drink coffee.
This is 2 sips.
This is very
like,
dangerous.
Super excited. He's like jittery now.
You do not want to give me a direct caffeine injection.
Can you? Who would? What? Do you think I carry on a syringe of caffeine?
Well, I mean, like not literally, but I mean, like you don't want to have me drink coffee.
Finish that, because this is our last game.
I'm scared to. We need to get food up.
I'm actually feeling it too. I think this is like some super Chinese coffee.
Can we see how much coffee's in it?
How much coffee's in it?
Oh,
yes,
so how
there
much
are
caffeine is
210 milliliters.
How much caffeine is in it?
Do you read Chinese?
No.
Okay, I see a number 57 at the bottom, so I'm assuming it's the 57.
57 what? Caffeine?
57 kilograms of caffeine.
That's I don't think that could fit in this bottle.
No, it'd be quite heavy.
Can. Yeah. This kilogram. You know what's heavier, a kilogram of feathers or a kilogram of steel?
They're both the same because they're about the kilogram.
God, that's not how the joke works, but okay. Steel's heavier than feathers, Jason.
And jet fuel can't melt steel beams, thus feathers is lighter.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're obviously waiting for, again, I think a little bit of technical issues. I think the player just reconnecting really quickly. But this is exciting, and I really am hyped up to see when we get onto the grand final stage tomorrow. Like, it is a massive stage. You guys were hearing us earlier on talking about it. It's like the entirety of one of these halls. China goes big when it comes to screens and goes to stages. Like, I think every time I've ever been in China for an event, the 3 times now, I've always been impressed with the stages. And Banana Culture, who's putting it on, has done a fantastic job yet again. And we also, more importantly, forget the stage. We have an air conditioner vent blowing directly on us at that stage when we're casting. So that's even better for us.
To be fair, like in here, it's not too bad today though. Or at least maybe I'm getting used to it. Like
you're wearing shorts. That's probably why.
That helps. Yeah.
Way
to like help me, by the way.
Huh?
You just like put me out there now. Like.
Well.
Supposed to hide it under the illusion.
All right, there we go. Looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into an exciting match. Probably one of the most exciting we have here in the round-robin group stage. It's on Black Widow. It's between All Gamers and Super Valiant.
Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to see who the best of the Chinese rosters is, at least for now. We've already got them chanting there already. Super Valiant's winning the chant war. Super Valiant's winning the chant war right now.
I thought it was All Gamers. Oh, well, they're winning the frag battle at War 2. Frag Battle War. Yeah.
Wow. 3 kills already. Super Valiant getting off to quite literally a booming start into this one. Moving in, just blasting their way through short. Trying to work their way up onto the A side. They've got a pinch coming from long too. Another player to watch a flank. 70 kg holds for 1 frag, but immediately gets traded by Emzin. It's all TMQ now trying to clutch.
He wins these. He wins these. He wins these. That's 2. Well, he uses the headshots in the next 2 players to close this one down. Anke going to be sitting tucked away behind the box. Not sure if he's actually going to expect him to be there. Trying to clear some angles. Going for the long way around. Back over towards short here. This is going to be tough, though. They're going to hear him coming.
They should be able to hear him coming up cat right now. He's going to work his way forward. He actually did make it past almost all the way over here to the radar generator. But there we go. Emzin's going to finally peek. Knocks out TMQ. And that's Super Valiant getting off with the first round.
Let's see. Will they be explosive this time as they were before? Actually, they're getting very aggressive towards the B side. Actually, speaking of that, All Gamers actually getting very aggressive as well. Trying to take away a lot of these positions. 70 kg able to trade with N9, who actually was like 15-0 yesterday in their game versus Trust. They finally did fall like in one of the last rounds, but the push looks like it's headed towards that B site. The C4, they're actually being flanked around from behind here, and I'm not sure what we can see Super Valiant do up in its 3-on-4. The
C4 is like a really awkward position right now too. It's still outside of mid at the moment.
Number 3, Emzin's behind them.
Big flank, Emzin walks in. LXM goes down. He's got TMQ in a corner as well here. And 9 able to find TMQ. Uo though with the trade back. still leaves us in an even situation at 2v2, and most importantly, AG were able to drop the C4 just outside of the pit.
This is going to be tough to retake. They don't have to get aggressive here. Mo's going to be flashed up, going to spray and pray through. Ems is able to trade, looking for the second. He knows where the last player is going to be. Will he push into this one? And the shot comes in. ZQ shuts him down. And all gamers getting on the board for the first round.
So, 1-to-1 exchange. Both teams getting off to a good start here. Now it's time to see who can push ahead a little bit further into this one. Teams are going to split up a little bit more. We've got SV trying to play it a little bit slower this time too, but AG, no. AG's still taking this incredibly aggressively. LXM pretty much ready for a duel at mid doors already. And you've got a few more players trying to push their way down Cat.
18. Potentially going to be pushing doors here. He's going to have a player on the opposite side. It's going to be LXM waiting for him to receive. That's a little spread here. I mean, you guys can't see them out like we can out of the SV side. He's going to favor actually a 2-for-2 trade, and at 9 gets himself a cheeky little double. So it's a 3-on-2 for Super Valiant until 70kg is going to shut him down. Now down to a 2-on-2 situation. C4 in hand out of Super Valiant. 70kg, we talked about being explosive. Oh, he's going to hit that shot. But luckily for him, he's able to escape, but not TMQ, his teammate.
DBQ with the next pickup here. All left on the 70kg at this point. We've seen some big plays from him. Not necessarily in a 1vx situation. They've usually had teammates to rely on or fall back towards if in the event that he goes down. So we'll have to see if he's going to be able to pull off a clutch like this. He does have the 2 players, but misses. DBQ though. Hiding right around the corner from a DBQ.
Flank though from behind. Anke coming in.
There you go.
I don't know. I think Super Valiant's be a little bit quiet here. I mean, we're not going out to the house, and if we did, I'm not sure how many would be able to understand our weird American English. To be honest, it is quite weird, let's be honest. And either way, they're being a little bit quiet, but then again, Super Valiant have been able to take these rounds with relative ease. These two they do have. Has come down to some, 1v2s, but their explosive, aggressive play towards the A side is really cotton. Cotton? Is that a word?
What?
Cotton. Like caught them. Cotton.
No, it's not a word.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I thought you just said cotton. I was like,
no, not like the material.
Yeah, I was like, cotton? Like,
I don't even know what I was trying to say anymore, but you know what I'm going to say? Ems is able to get kill his DQ, and always going to fall unfortunately. Nice little double comes in for the SV side before they do lose their first player.
3 still standing here for the Global Risk side. One of them from AG and 70kg trying to make a play through the mid doors. He's got to be very careful on how he approaches this, though. He is working with the AWM. Obviously an instant kill for him, but doesn't necessarily have the greatest capability to fight back if somebody surprises on him. And that is a large possibility, as we've got quite a few players from Super Valiant trying to push their way from the B side over towards mid, but they'll end up peeling away as they catch a second player over on Cat. LXM makes quick work of 18 as he tries to go for a flank at A. Won't work out well for him, and as they work their way in, 70kg able to pick up another one. Wow, a second kill from 70kg too. This is falling apart very, very quickly. SV though, and 9 trying to turn it back around. He's found both TMQ and 70kg. That's going to put the C4 onto the ground, bringing this into the 1v1.
Problem is he has very low health, 5 HP. He's going to need to hit this headshot up against LXM, who still has full utility to use. Surprised to see Super Valiant cross the doors like that and give away so many free kills. Let's come to this. 20 seconds left to go. LXM have to make his move eventually. He actually might catch him on the rotate, but it doesn't matter. And 9 gets the kill, gets the headshot. He's up to 8-3. And this man, in the 2 games we've now seen him on stream, has been playing phenomenally.
It's been absolutely incredible so far from him. Definitely a tournament to remember if this is going to continue all the way to the grand finals, and just furthers our belief that SV might be the superior Chinese team right now, but we'll reserve those judgments for the end of the match. We can talk a little bit more about it. More aggression this time from all gamers, although it's not going to be met with a whole lot right now. They push out just outside of the B house into pit, and they're now going to try to hold against a push from Super Valiant, which they might actually get 1 or 2 players. Anke is close by, seems to be aware of the presence currently held by AG, however, and the rest of the team is around the corner, just at the top of mid.
A little bit surprised to see SV not contest the storage area a little bit earlier on. If we think back to the Black Dragons game versus all gamers, Black Dragons would be every single round, but it looks like the play will be towards A though. There's going to be 2 players to receive, though only there to actually spot them out. LXM towards the lower side of this, not really in a position to fight to help assist this one. They're going to drop down, take him out of the equation as N9 gets his 9th frag here in our 4th round. And this should be the C4 getting planted here is about to go down. And that's going to be a 5-on-4 after plant situation for all gamers. And TMQ, this is going to be a tough spot to make a play off of, especially that nade going through. He gives away his position. Looks like he's just going to back away from this one, realize this is not the right way to go.
25 seconds remaining on the clock here for AG to work their way back in and pull up his retake. So a lot of players alive. Anke able to cut off the one in mid. Uo has better luck pushing his way back in through the Global Risk spawn, however. Uo able to find him picking up 18. That's brought us down to the 3v4. ZQ opens up a possibility to jump on this defuse, but actually getting it done. DBQ and Anke, though, trying to trade it back. They might be able to seal the deal, but hold on. Uo bringing it down to the wire. No, Anke finishes things off for Super Valiant Gaming as they pick up another round.
Well done by him. Ensign, Anke, and N9 have been really doing exceptionally well here. 4-1 scoreline on the Blacklist side. Up against a team they know so well, and we talked about when to see some early storage control or congestion out of the side of SV, and well, they do it with nades. 70 kg down, it's about 53 HP, not the damage they wanted, as they unfortunately did take a casualty from that engagement. But I'd like to see the adjustment, realizing, hey, we're giving storage up too cleanly. We need to contest this one, not give this up for free anymore. It doesn't work out in their favor this time. And that was N9 going down too. Like the real opener, the real star for the team so far over the course of these last 2 days.
Big kills to be sure. They're going to be kind of reliant on either Anke or, I was going to say, M's in here too. 18 also going to get lost to the process as well. AT's been having a little bit of a rougher game here so far. But this is going to give AG quite a bit of free room to work with. They're going to push on it. TMQ also cutting off Emzin as he tries to work his way into the B house. So just not really a winning angle that Super Valiant could find in this round. And unfortunately, they're just pinched out. The last two players are incredibly split up. There should be a pretty easy closeout for all gamers now, and it's looking like they're going to do it. There you go, TMQ and Uo with those last few pickups, and it's now 4-2.
Nice to see all gamers convert off of an early kill, converting off of a man advantage. I feel like in the last match we saw against RU Legends, they really struggled to either A, get the first kill, or B, be able to finish a round off of getting the first kill themselves, because they didn't get too many of them up against RU Legends. It's nice to see a little bit of change of pace for them. 70 kg at 8-5, tied with Owo at 8-5 as well. And 9, though, I think he's going to have a lot more pressure on his shoulders, so he's very, very low on HP as they jump down in towards the site, trying to make the play over towards this A position. They do have the C4 there, but they're being very careful. This 118. Unfortunately, dropped to TMQ. There we go. C4 planted, 3-on-2.
Onto the ground. All right. DBQ going to be able to get a nice little Kobe on his ZQ as he goes flying away. Anke with another pickup against TMQ as well. All down to LXM at this point. Not really much, unfortunately, he's going to be able to do at the end of the day. Just far too much to work with far too little time. And DBQ knocks him out, sealing the deal for yet another round with Super Valiant. They're halfway there.
As you're saying before, the time between rounds is so short. You really don't have a lot of time to adjust things and to really figure out what the enemy is doing and how you can adapt to that in a situation. A little bit of shots routed off in towards A site, towards the A long position, but no damage really being stuck so far. They're not even investing into a storage play this time out of all gamers for the defensive hold. They're actually keeping only TMQ there with 70 kg over towards middle. So leaving B a little bit light here, Blue, but they also have an aggressive play out of ZQ, pushed up towards the long side of A to defend. So they have the early information, at least in this position.
Still going to be a slow wind-up here for Super Valiant, which hasn't necessarily been the way we've expected them to play. A little bit of damage going to go into 70 kg as he works his way in, but the same could be said for 18. Also takes a bit of fire back, I think, through those mid doors, gets wallbanged slightly. So Super Valiant still trying to work their way in. The priority definitely seems to be B at the moment, and they've got their C4 holder kind of watching for long A flanks. However, they're starting to shift a bit, and also on top of this, all gamers is going to get aggressive themselves, start to push in the mid doors. It'll be a mistake for 70 kg. Either didn't realize or wasn't aware of the three-man stack in mid. Players in B house having a little bit better luck, though. They're going to be able to hold this angle quite efficiently.
Still going to be, though, a 2-on-5 if they do barrel in towards the storage. Actually going to rotate TMQ back, look for any sort of middle push. I'm expecting the A players to get aggressive here to start to push in towards the Blacklist spawn. I think they're going to hear them actually pushing towards the A side, so they have the potential to wrap on them, come in towards short and punish them. 40 seconds left to go. The A side's completely open now, and I think they should be making the call. The problem is you still have Anke lurking over towards well to throw the spanner in the works if anyone gets aggressive towards storage. And now they're starting to rotate back. Anke gets one onto LXM, but they know the push is coming towards A. But this gives free reign to Anke to actually flank around completely towards the Gold Warriors side. Maybe go blue.
C4 going to go onto the ground. TMQ in the meanwhile waiting over here by the window, going to try to jump himself in. They've got players ready to pin that off. In the meantime, the ZQ, Emzen, all trading blows at the moment, going down to a 3v1. It's ZQ left alone now to try to win this, and no, can't get it done. Super Valiant with yet another round. There's one more left in this half, and they can already look for potentially just a 7-2 start to this one if they can pull off yet another round.
Yeah, 7-2 start on the Blacklist side. Like, that's even the more impressive part about it. They go into global risk. I feel like we're going to be seeing a relatively quick game here between these two teams. I'm hoping all gamers start to step up here, and I hope they realize they need to as well, because they could be going down to 4-2, and then Pacific Macta has a chance to overtake them. Though it won't really matter too much since they're going to be second and third place, but seeding does help, obviously, with map choices. Maybe take Black Widow out of the equation, out of all gamers, if that's a possibility for them. So that's obviously way down the line. That's still up to tomorrow, and we still have to finish off all the games to today.
So in a 5v5 scenario here, both teams kind of timid about their approach to this one. Super Valiant also trying something we haven't seen in quite a while, if at all, in this half, and that's going to be this direct long push. They're giving one player back. It's going to be Emzen trying to watch for flanks in mid, and all gamers should have good knowledge as to what's going to be happening. They've got the presence controlled outside of B. They've got Cat under control. They just are going to have to react really quickly when this burst out long comes in, because like I said, they should know. Emzen though just picks the heck out of 70 kg, and now they're going to walk right up. There's no chance for all gamers to rotate anymore.
The player towards lower, Anke is going to take down ZQ as well, so they disable any sort of defense on this A site. Anke looking to push for more. He's fortunately going to fall, though, to Owu. It's a 3-on-4 for all gamers as they push back in. We've seen so many bomb plants actually go down, considering the last match we saw of Black Dragons on this map. TMQ. TMQ! What? He does it again! Can he get the fourth? No! He's going to fall to 18. He's going down to 18 with 2 HP left up against the 2 players out of all gamers. The bomb is taken away. The time is taken away. He gets the first kill. You hear the second when he comes around the corner, and they're just dancing around this APC, looking for each other.
Bring around the rosy time here. He knows he can waste the time and win the game just on that. Fires out a shot. Almost has the angle advantage. And LXM wins it, though. Should have just enough time for the defuse. It's going to be about 2 seconds left in excess. And just barely, AG are going to be able to put one more round on the board as we approach halftime.
How many times is TMQ going to, like, save his team? He did it in the 1v3 against Golden 5. He did it there getting 3 kills in quick succession, almost the 4th. I don't know. They can't keep depending on that one play. This is like reminding me of Fnatic, winning a team winning off of clutches like this, and it's been basically just one player for him. Either way, all gamers, not the scoreline they were hoping for on the global risk side. 3-6. Super Valiant looking to be the superior team at the moment, but when we do swap sides, we're obviously going to see if it will continue to play out the way we've been seeing, or if maybe things will change. From what I can tell, by the way, looking at Lethal and Kyle, the match they were casting was already over. So they had an extremely quick game with whatever match they were playing.
They're just chilling out over there now, having a good time. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, into the second half we go. Need to jump in game here in just a second. The fights are already starting. Let's get into it. TMQ, once again, doing some good work here, but I think it's 1-for-1 this time. Anke is going to be there a moment later to trade him back. Whoa. Also finding another pickup, however, for all gamers.
Emzen was left to his own devices at the A site, so unfortunately gets overwhelmed. But nice little spread coming in out of the side. Super Valiant gives a lot of opportunities to push back in. You see LXM basically holding off the 2 players, Anke and N9 from getting back towards the site. There we go, now down to a 3-on-3. Low HP for N9. He tries to let Anke go in first, who has a chance to hit a shot. Player tucked away in sight, player on the lower hand side. Where's the third one? Actually behind them on the lower side as well. Anke's going to push in, but unfortunately it's just not going their way, and all gamers going to hold on strong, getting the 4th round on the board.
Great start for all gamers. Really quick, really fast paced. That was what we need to see. In my opinion, the slow play that we were seeing from them earlier wasn't really working out in some of their earlier matches, and left room for abuse by their opponents, whoever was on the global risk side at the time. So adjusting it to a much quicker play style seems to have worked. We're not sure they're going to stick with it. I mean, they are trying to throw that same pressure out onto the A site once again. It's looking like it. Yeah, they're going to try to play really in the face of Super Valiant, at least for these first few rounds. But Super Valiant looks like they've now caught onto it. That's the thing. They're already trying to pinch this back at A, and they're doing an okay job of that. N9 with a double 70 kg so far with the only kill for all gamers. And it's going to remain that way as far as we can tell. N9 finding yet another frag at the end of the round. Now they will come very, very close here to closing out as a result of that.
Even though 18 only got 1 frag, they hit actually a really good flank through middle, able to wrap around behind them over towards short to really apply the pressure from multiple angles, really making it hard for them to make a decisive decision of what angle they want to push or what angle they want to force these kills to be at. See a couple of missed nades being thrown in towards B. Then able to halt the pressure of All Gamers, who are looking to push in towards storage. And actually, I think DBQ this time actually pushed through mid doors to get a little bit of information, realizes there's no one over towards that short position. And they can start to force in a rotate, as they actually do have all the players getting back towards B. They realize the hit's going to come over here. Emzen gonna have an opportunity to hit a shot, but unfortunately they missed that first.
Move in here. VALIANT trades. Neither team really coming out on top, but we've got a flank potentially working its way in from N9, but not sure if he's going to be able to get into position in time. Because AG, you can see they want to execute now. Emzen, though, has got a great cutoff. Unky assisting on that one. The knife potentially, no, not close enough. Here's that flank from N9 as he noticed it. Is ZQ going to be ready for this now? N9, of course, going to try to play this as quietly as possible. ZQ seems to have no idea that someone could potentially be lurking his way out from behind him at this point.
I heard.
Oh, no, he heard him, I think, yeah. He's got eyes back in the B house now.
And N9, does he think that ZQ went over towards A now?
Just trying to figure it out. Watching just in case he wrapped back out into mid as well. Eventually, though, we are going to have to see ZQ put the C4 onto the ground. So N9 can wait this out as long as he wants. It's ZQ that ultimately has to make the next move here.
You can see ZQ's not sure. Did he push up storage already? Where is he currently going to be? C4 going to go down?
Bit bold to plan in the open,
yeah.
To be fair.
There we go, N9 pushing back in, and just with the pistol's all he needs. And they'll be closing out this defuse and putting them up to 8. 2 rounds away from taking the victory and being up 5-1 overall in the standings.
So, very, very close now. Super Valiant looking good. All Gamers, unfortunately, not able to bring enough firepower to the table on this attacking side to bring them back just yet. But of course, still putting up a close match overall. Let's see though if All Gamers can try to change something up now to bring them back into this. If not, we're going to be looking at another closeout from Super Valiant and their record continuing to flourish as they would retake the first place position over our other teams.
Looks like All Gamers maybe want to head towards A. They have a little bit of presence there towards Log, which we haven't really seen too much in terms of like either team using it as an avenue to attack. It's typically come into those short plays over towards Catwalk. Maybe some set flashes as well to give them the position towards short. You see 70kg lead the charge, took away the AWN for the AK. And there's quite a few players out of SV to defend this. They have DBQ on a quick rotate. 3-2 split going to be coming in towards A. Look at N9 going to be tucked away behind the APC with some backup out of 18, but there's so many angles to watch for him. Gets the first as well. Not able to get a second just yet, but he's still alive, and he gets a second.
Coming in N9 with only one pickup there before a couple on the round before he ends up going down. DBQ, though, leaping into the fray here, trying his best to pull out the 1v2. CQ and TMQ have a great pinch on him. They're going to be able to shut it down. And that keeps All Gamers in this matchup for at least another round.
So 5-8 in favor of Super Valiant. All Gamers looking better on the blacklist side, quite a bit better here. Already having 2/3 of the rounds they were able to acquire so far. Or 2 out of the 3 rounds they're able to acquire on the Global Risk side. And 9, 7-2. This man has been playing so damn well, whether it's blacklist, Global Risk, whatever map. He's been really stepping up for his team and been a really solid player, a really good anchor, and a reliable player. And it looks like All Gamers going to go back to the 3-2 split over towards A.
So, we've got AG once again going to be bursting out onto that A site. Super Valiant's been very well aware of this. You can see they're only keeping one player on the B site. Everyone else is stacked on A. Oh, very close affair there for 70kg, trying to line up something for his team, and he's going to find it. N9 goes down. He already did some damage to Emzen earlier, 270. The quick switch onto the pistol confirms the kill into 18 as well. DBQ is going to be the first to strike back. They need to deal with Emzen, though, is sitting behind the radar truck in the back of the site.
He's going to be overwhelmed. He has nowhere to run, unfortunately. Even with DBQ on the low ground, can't do much, and it's going to be all in Unke in a 1-on-4. There should be All Gamers taking another round here.
Left up to Unke at this point, a 1v4 for him. Be nigh impossible. Pick up the clutch. Does have at least one smoke to try and use, but I doubt it's going to be too effective in this situation. However, as you can see, AG is kind of splitting up a little bit, but I believe 70k just got the spots. Yep, those 2 players are going to start routing their way back over here to pick off. Okay, and we'll do that in a 1-for-1 exchange. Giving All Gamers another round. They're up to 6 now overall here, just 2 behind, tying it up at 8-8.
And Super Valiant, I think they're looking for this, just one more round, at least force it into an overtime, and force it into that golden round to know that you at least have a second chance of winning or losing the game. Actually, a really aggressive play towards Long as they push out directly. 70kg gets the first, and 9 able to respawn though, not letting All Gamers get the fight they want. And they've been able to actually force them back. The problem is it's cost them their own player. They've been able to get 70kg low, LXM's low. They do have a decent amount of health left. The problem is the utility left for them blue. It's all in the hands of Anke, who's been the man defending over towards B.
So for the rest of AG at this point, however, we're going to see their players having pushed back, have to regroup a little bit. They're holding at the moment, I think, waiting for SV to push them, or hoping rather that they would end up pushing them somewhere in the back towards their spawn, but it's not going to end up happening. SV's playing a very passive game in that respect, only pushing to the extremities that they know they can control. So AG is going to have to make the next move once again. And it's looking like they might try to shift it over towards B. We'll see, because this is just a pretty standard setup right now to hold their current position.
And 9, though, he's got aggressive towards long. I think there's going to be watches angle from spawn, though, unfortunately. 4 players out of all gamers just sitting tucked away, waiting for any aggressive plays of information trying to be gathered by Super Valiant. And they might even be rotating back towards A, and this might actually be a prime position for N9 to be in because of this. As we can see in the minimap, they're actually going to be hitting towards the B site. So when we see the flashbangs, or I guess the smokes left pretty much coming through, you're going to see the rotate come in from behind, and the pressure could be there. As long as the defenders in the B site can maintain. I mean, Anke, remember, he had most of his utility left. He's used the nade. He's used quite a bit here to, well, pretty much get them nothing. If he was able to maintain these for up to this point, he actually could have bought a lot of time for the fight to come through, because N9's going to be barely in behind them. He's going to have an opportunity for some shots. M's in the meantime able to attack from the front. N9 gets one from behind, and they might have just pinched them in perfectly.
2 left standing now, just 1 as well. We're going to see Emzen picking up another frag. It's all into the TMQ. C4 on the ground as well, basically right where Emzen is aiming. So if he moves a little bit further in than this could be the end, but no. Emzen misses up the aim. TMQ is going to be able to take him down, so not done just yet.
Don't give TMQ a chance. We've seen him win 1v3s in situations he should. There's a player right behind him, though, and unfortunately won't have a chance here. N9's going to shut him down and get now Super Valiant on map point.
1 more round for Super Valiant to retake the lead here in the tournament. Knock AG down to the rung of the ladder, getting their 2nd loss here in the tournament so far. For the rest of Super Valiant in the meantime, we're actually going to have them pushing against this long A push that AG's been such a fan of so far in this half.
The 3-2 splits worked out relatively well for all gamers, so denying them the avenue that's been working for them. It's a smart play by Super Valiant, and again, these long rounds I think have been favoring Super Valiant. The fact that they can sit here and talk about like what we can do in the next round, what are they doing that we can counter? I think if all gamers had the pace picked up and we're still winning the rounds, I think Super Valiant would have been falling further and further behind. But potentially the last round here of the match. They're actually all regrouped back up towards long A, at least 4 players, 2 waiting to receive. It's going to be N9, and it's going to be 18. This could be a slaughter over towards long A.
It's going to be a slow lead up to this one, though, as once again AG, it's that hesitation that unfortunately has gotten the best of them in so many rounds here, and in so many other games, too. It seems to be putting them behind a little bit more, making it more difficult for them to close out. N9 with a good start against this push. 18 picks up a second. N9 will be lost a moment later. 18 is going to come under a lot of pressure. Could end up at just 2-for-2 exchange. No, he picks up an additional frag, and another one for 18 as well. That's 3 on the round for him. Bringing everything for all gamers down onto LXM. Emzen's got the angle to take him down, though, so that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Super Valiant Gaming take control of this matchup, and they're going to be able to retake control of the 1st place seed coming out of the group stage.
And that's unfortunate for all gamers, because now they're going to be 4-2, but Super Valiant 5-1 as they took a loss earlier on against Pacific Macta. And Super Valiant, not only did they take the win, not only did they take 1st place, but they got revenge. They avenged themselves from losing in the regional qualifiers, where they lost. Their only loss, actually, was to all gamers in one of the final rounds of that one. So well done by them. They have to be happy about that, but it's not done just yet. I think their hopes of being locked in, I think both these teams' hopes of being locked in through to the semifinals are guaranteed. But in what position, I think still has a chance to be changed with 2 games left to play, if I'm not mistaken, because this should have been round 6. Sorry, one round left to play, round 7. But we don't know how the results from the other games did go, unfortunately. But well done, and I'm actually excited to see a potential rematch. If we can get them in the finals, we get them in the semifinals, I think a best 3 rematch will be very interesting to see.
Well, some exciting stuff, to be sure, especially when we got players like TMQ going off there with another crazy triple kill that we had from him.
And 9 as well.
Another great performance. You know, a lot of shining stars in these teams. You know, you've got your 2 superstars, and it's really fun to see them clash and go up against each other. As we ended up with a pretty close affair there at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just ultimately, Super Valiant still the more consistent team. I think still is a little bit better, especially on Blacklist side. Strategies are looking way better than AG right now. That's easily AG's biggest issue is their Blacklist side.
I mean, I think we saw all gamers more dedicated to like a set execute, like 3-2 split long. I think Super Valiant were more able and more willing to do like these change-up, these mid-round calls.
I feel like the problem with AG though is that they're too predictable.
We did see that 100%.
They take far too long to actually execute, and I think they give their opponents too much time to get into a position to counter them. And as a result of that, they're just they've got like a 50-50 chance of making the execute work because half the time their opponents are already set up to stop it. So they always have to end up in some massive gunfight instead of trying to do it a little bit quicker and rushing through and maybe having the chance for a more open sight.
And they didn't seem to have like a second strategy. Like 3-2 split on A was pretty much their go-to. If they had like another shot of like a way to hit towards B, a way to push middle in towards B or something like that, then they have like two different strats that if Super Valiant gambled for a long A push and aggression and hold, then hey, mid's open or B's open to be taken, right? So if you can kind of keep them guessing, you can use that to your advantage. The problem is with consistently going towards long A every time, once Super Valiant started to challenge it and smoke it earlier on, then you're held up for like another 30, 40, 50 seconds. And then when you finally do come around the corner, you saw jumping, you still get headshots. So I definitely agree with you there. Maybe some more fluidity, maybe like a second strategy that you can kind of fall back to for all gamers. But then again, maybe they're not trying to show anything just yet. Maybe they still have some tricks up their sleeves because this is only the round robin. But that's going to do it here for us on Crossfire on the substage. Tomorrow we'll be kicking off the grand finals with their semis on the main stage. And we'll see you guys then.